Okay, guys. I don't really want to admit, but like, game development is hard. That's technically why people do it, because it's hard. Like, men want to do hard things and prove themselves. Nothing changed. I mean, I added a new mob, and I can add cards fairly quickly right now. Fairly quickly. Like, maybe in like 5 minutes, I can add one card. But I shouldn't do that necessarily. I need to make sure that the game is fun. Let me talk about barriers of entry of what makes it so difficult to make this game come to life. It is a little bit forced. Everything sucks. Every other game sucks. I would rather play other games, but instead I'm forced to make my own game. Because every other game sucks, and people don't know what the fuck they're doing, because programming is hard. Game making is very hard. People most of the time are gonna end up not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Especially in the case of Bazaar. Bazaar topic was exactly the same. I wanted to talk about barriers of entry. And I found a barrier of entry, which is you, the audience, right? The audience does not understand fully everything, and you have to constantly answer their questions. But the worst thing is the assumptions. The moment you attack their beliefs, the moment you attack their favorite game, holy, they turn into a demon. They turn into a barrier of entry because not only you're not getting the feedback that you need, you get negativity. It's like I just said that it's not worth my time, bro. I just said the same thing that I always do, and people just continue to fucking hate me. You know? You have never heard of barriers of entry. I'm not saying why the game is bad, even. I'm saying why it's so difficult to even force yourself to do something. You know? To get to the level of fun where, like, you actually feel fulfilled and rewarded for the shit that you do is the most important thing. To feel that your time has been well spent. Everything I did is proper. I've done it properly. And people bounce off my video anyways. Even though it's supposed to be short and sweet. I don't know how to appeal to people whatsoever. I guess that's my just the problem that I'm born with. I don't know, dude. I'm also born alone. I work on all of this alone. Anyone can help me, even generating this stupid art. That would be helpful, you know? There's different portals of like a jungle portal, this origami portal, the box portal. It's not difficult to fucking generate art based on that alone. But there's no help. There's no help any kind. Just showing up. It's not natural for it to happen for some reason, even though I'm not even asking for like programming right now. But okay, I'm alone. That's just the thing that it is. It's not bad necessarily. I get all the fucking credit in the end for doing things. Next thing to worry about is drama. Yep. There's noise around me. There's a lot of distractions. I don't live in a safe environment. You know, I live financially safe, but everything else is still like crippling. So anytime something can knock me out just based on I need to be aware of all of these factors, right? Because this is the demons that I'm fighting in order to bring this thing to life. It's very difficult, guys. Next barrier to entry is standing up, which is let me remind you guys, comes from this thing. All right? Standing up setup. It's a hard thing to get used to. I'm sort of there, but at the same time, it drains my energy so much faster. Yes, you get the benefits of first, being tired is technically a benefit. Resetting yourself is a benefit. But every single time you have to think, your body has to think of like, do I want to actually be doing this right now? And most of the time, no, I just want to lay in my fucking bed because everything hurts. You know, like that's how I feel in the end. Standing up makes things so much more difficult, and I just can't force myself to do it anymore, even though I'm forced. So some things actually cancel out. Funny enough, we also have to deal with bugs. We're talking about like the game development side. A single bug can ruin my entire day. Can ruin an entire week because it's just crawling in my brains. One bug can just fucking diminish so much esteem because it's just there. And I'm not exactly sure how to fucking fix it, but it's just there. And every now and then, it it fucking flies around like a mosquito, bro. And it's so fucking disgusting. The bugs in programming is the worst thing that can possibly happen. And this is why you have to be like high skill programmer to actually achieve anything at all. If you make a game and someone sees it, that's the greatest success of all time. You know, just to make a game. You've already done half the job. You survived the bug apocalypse, bro. Because games can crash. Games can actually be completely unstable. It is such a fucking apocalypse with these bugs, bro. But the idea is that you're not doing things properly, right? That you're a low skill person. And I still feel low skill. I still feel slow when it comes to programming. Because we're probably not even using the proper language. Not only I have changed the rendering system of how every single game should be rendered, I might need to invent my own fucking programming language because at this point we're programming with AI anyways, so might as well, you know, just type in commands of like, give me 5 random cards or whatever, right? Or like, we gonna program POKIA right now. And it's like, okay, we're focusing on POKIA. So when I say card, it gives me POKIA cards, not any other type of fucking card, you know? Things are really complicated in programming, and skill is required. This is why I say, like, I can do a game in 60 days. That is completely doable. But since I switched to standing setup, and now I have to focus on other things too, you know, many things. I do many things. Being smart is also very difficult. Lifestyle, you know? Because I can't just do one thing. I would like to do that one thing, but I want to do all the things. Life has so many things to offer to you. I want to do all the things. And it's really tough when everything is just on your own shoulders. What makes things so much more difficult when you're alone, right? When nobody fucking cares. And that's the most biggest expense. You think you just gonna sit on your fucking ass and the only thing you're gonna be asked for is money. But this fucking paradigm is collapsing in front of your eyes. You will not be able to just spend money to get the fuck you want. You know, and the shit that you want is just gonna be a mess. It's just gonna be broken or not exactly what you're looking for. Not exactly enjoyable. And this is the future that we're fucking facing right now. Because you can't just motivate people with money forever. You can't do it unless it's a fucking literally apocalypse. We're still, because it's apocalypse, people are still motivated by money. But even then, the moment it's over, you'll realize that money cannot actually motivate game development at all. I'm financially stable. That's beautiful. That's not one of those barriers of entry. Thank God. To be financially stable, I have to be next to my mom financially. Have her as my roommate, but that's great. You know, that's the only person I can trust, anyways. So fuck yeah, let's go. And then obviously, one thing is also very difficult to focus on. One thing. This is that one thing. POKIA is supposed to be that one thing. And it really burns you out when you have to think about that one thing over and over again. Especially if you like attract some kind of disease, a weakness of like, I can't do that feature just yet. And it's like, it brings you down so much. If you cannot do something, you often have to just force yourself to break through and just be willing to do it. And technically, I shouldn't be making a video like this, but people have to be aware of just like every day I have to break through 10 barriers of entry just the same way that I have to break through barriers of entry of most games. Most games I cannot enjoy because they have these fucking barriers until I get my dopamine, basically. Alright. There's one more, and it's the final. I based this game on Bazaar because I want to prove that I'm just better. And I'm easily better. Now, just because I want to doesn't mean that it's gonna happen, right? It's not the easiest thing to do. This shit is boring, alright? And I have to try to make things not boring even though it's a fucking auto battler. It's pretty boring, unfortunately. Maybe I'm doing something wrong and everything is boring to me by accident, but I'm not exactly always motivated to do all of this. Alright? I'm almost trying to prove that like no matter what level of programmer you're gonna find, they're not gonna do auto battlers properly anyways. It's pointless. Like, why would you play a fucking auto battler in the first place? Why would you just like put together a hero and the hero plays the game? Plays the rest of the game. Like, that's the dumbest fucking genre I've ever heard. But it is what it is, guys. It's fucking item management fucking game. Like, I don't understand. It's crazy to me that people like this stuff. But I wanna, try it out because it's very easy to make these sort of games. So here you go. Well, I was defeated. Cool. And that's the interesting puzzle to solve. Like, how do you connect these numbers together so it like really feels like a defeat, like it really feels like you could have done something. And for me, like you just switch two cards and you test the strength of your deck basically, or inventory or whatever, right? Your builds. You test it again, and this time it was worse. And you're also gambling versus this fucking frog that flips a random card that was not used in a particular turn. Uh, yeah, these are barriers of entry, and I can fix that. All right, I can deal with it. Figure things out so they don't bother me too much. I have to tackle that shit of like, how do I want to do it? Sometimes that will mean making a new game so I get more experience on this like try the new language of programming. Maybe it's gonna like break through something. You just never know. Again, being alone can sometimes be a good thing. Like, I can just relax and not care about anything. If you're the problem, like, I don't want to please you. Trying to please you is like a fucking suicide, right? Like, all of these things, if I put them together in a coherent way, and I tell my brain to truly, fully understand what's going on, and I can manage things, mm, maybe, maybe we'll be better off. Now, I'm planning to release Influence Tracker very soon, and most importantly, I have to update Emoji Clash. Emoji Clash does not have the boring attached to it. I think this is much more interesting to do the Emoji Clash because you're doing actions every single turn. It's not a fucking auto battler, which is so annoying. I just made the best auto battler, and I didn't even, like, I put in 30 days. I didn't even fucking finish. It's already looking like the best fucking game you've ever seen in auto battler genre. Like, tell me, guys, how is it not? Because the only thing you have to do is just find the order of 6 cards that you like. And there's gonna be like tons of more cards too, if you have seen all of them, all of these ones. Why is it? What does this gap do? What the fuck? Oh shit, man. Oh fuck, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry, I fucked it up. Yeah, yeah. There's some harmless bugs to crush. It's fine, but you still have to find them. It's still annoying to actually encounter them. Some of them are like disgusting. So this is the stuff that like matters more than like pumping the game out in like 60 days. It's possible I will burn out. It's the that that pisses me off the most. You know, there's 11 barrier of entry possible. You keep telling yourself it's possible. You just work hard. And it's like, yes. Yes, I wish I can do that. That sounds pretty good. But I also don't want to. You know, just because something is possible doesn't mean like I have to. I just have to grab it, you know? It's so crazy to me. Anyways, I'll let you guys know how things are going because I'm not going to be playing card games. Like this is impossible. I'm forced to be doing this no matter what. I'm forced to seek what's possible. And maybe the next 30 days is going to be the continuation of doing this properly now. All right. Maybe I spent like 3 more days, 5 more days. Maybe I have only 25 days of doing this. And I should just do this. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it will happen. All right. But I also do want to visit Emoji Clash. That might take like 3 days to do. And then we can release Influence Tracker 4. Version 4. The version 3 does not offer you any games except maybe this one, which is like very good. I like it. You can play it anytime basically. Well, you will be able to if you have this on your screen at all times. You have to have a command line on your screen. You'll see the Influence Tracker introduction with all the games attached. Anyways, that's it. That's all I can say. I can play one game of POKIA just so most people understand if they don't want to click on other things. All right, let's break it down because something is going on here, right? We have save house, which is the final score for every unused item. That's garbage. Save house is garbage. I don't like save house. Where is save house, by the way? Yeah, it's pretty much low-end thing that I don't like using. Unused item. Unless, like, you're truly not using some items. There's some items that you can't use And I don't remember if that works too. I believe that works. I believe items that cannot be used are also counted towards this. Because I'm only calculating uses, right? You just never know. Like this does get complicated. So let's see it. Let's see it. Exactly how it works. You'll see everything here. Especially when I reorganized. You can literally see the base of like every single turn it will do this. When it flips, it does this. Where's the save house? It could be alphabetical, but fuck that. So, yeah, I mean, code can also be complicated, and I actually forgot the most important barrier of entry. Stacking sucks. Okay? Stacking is not the way to make games. You don't just stack or cram into a game as many things as possible. You actually have to do the least amount of things as possible, which is why it's better to make more games than make one game. Yes, everyone wants to make one good game, but you have to make many games to actually get things done, to claim experience, because stacking is so difficult in programming. Which is why I don't want to stay here making the game. All right, I want to do many things, but I also want to like upload a video where I'm like crafting new cards and we'll see. Opening portals, bro. Mm, to more types of cards, because all of this origami thing is a portal. Anyways, save house. So used versus all. Used. Is that the correct one? Used once. Used last, yes. Used once. Used at least once. So, yeah, it would. If the card does not use itself and doesn't have charge, it would trigger the save house. So save house can actually like be good for the builds that just do weird shit with a bunch of like small cards or whatever. So it's not very good right now, but it can still be useful. And that's the most important thing about game design. Everything has to be useful, at least in some niche situation. And it's like very difficult to actually beat the meta when it comes to this, which is why you don't want to play into the meta, especially if you're making like a single player game. You don't want people to experience meta. It's like the dumbest thing. Anyways, all items, but the moment things are flipped up, you have to have slow items. This goes in the middle, I believe. This does provide a lot of power. And I want the leafling too to go here too, alongside. Then you have this flip a random unused item. Uh, this might get flipped and might not get flipped. Use other items. I think this is the best setup. I'm not exactly sure. But everything buffs each other, so Leafling does not actually lose the charge. Am I tripping balls? It's all good. Okay. Why did it flip over? It can only flip over one time. Or did it work like that? It it flipped over again. And that one too. What? Does the frog flip Again, this is a very new edition of me seeing exactly what's going on right next to the name of the frog, which makes things so much more convenient. It is random, not used card. It's supposed to be the flip down card, a flip up card. And like everything would be flipped down eventually, which is like extremely insane. Extremely insane. You would wish that your cards would be flipped up, but I'm much more brutal. I think this so far is the strongest boss. I probably could nerf it to 555, like genuinely. Or turn 6, basically. Alright. I don't think I beat this. What was the score in the end? Because there is a random element in here. Nah, it's not even good. We're not doing anything. Shit. Yeah. Concede. One more. What's one more? I mean, Ninja could have just obliterated. Where's Ninja, by the way? All of these are rated. Yeah, Ninja is doing pretty well for himself. All of these cards kind of have to get nerfed. This little shit, I use it way too many times. I almost like hate nerfing things simply because like I use them, you know? But I have to make these cards good as well at the same time. So I have to like a little bit nudge them down. Just push them down a little bit. Especially if I use them all the time. Like I have to be punished for using shitty cards too many times. I like using this because it gets used every single turn as well, which is actually pretty bad right now. Every time I use a card, burn 3 and destroy the once used 5 times. So it literally hates this thing, which is so funny because fire defeats earth somehow. Like that just happened. This just happened, guys. And it's dead. Goodbye, Leafling, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Why is it... Oh, it flips. Yeah, it flips. When everything is flipped up, that shit flips down. That's the moth effect. You're not supposed to know what's happening. That's the funny thing. Like most people will not understand what's happening. They just have to order things and just slowly learn and untangle the mess that happens on the screen. But it's not too messy because it's just like 5 cards. So technically it's not the most boring experience, and we're gonna have to like transition into game development fully, basically. And in 30 more days, or 25 more days, maybe we'll have this game out. Anyways, thanks for watching.